What's up, weirdos? Hi, how you doing? How the hell are you today? Pretty good, I'll bet. Pretty good, I'll bet. All right, let's have a look at what's going on around the market. Bitcoin. Look how high we wicked last night. Just a hair below $118,000. Crazy. Crazy wick. I love to see that. I love to see it. We're green right now. $116,700. A lot of selling pressure right there. Bought up and then dropped right back down. We got to get above and close above this white line, guys. Right? That's what we're waiting for. $117,235 roughly. That's where we want to start closing on Bitcoin. But I think Bitcoin's going to consolidate a little bit here. Maybe a couple more days, maybe into next week, while Ethereum and the altcoins melt their way upwards. Absolutely fantastic move on Ethereum last night, guys. I'm jack stacked and fanny packed about it. We're going to get into every little bit of it. All right, guys, let's get into the super chat. We got one super chat to start the show. Big Kev says, let's go ETH, BTC dominance, and the T2 are all showing the start of hopefully the biggest bull market. Let's make that money. Hell yeah, brother. Hell yeah. I'm with you, man. I am with you. All right, let's get into the chat just a wee bit. William, my man, my dude. Good to see you, buddy. John, blessings, my friend. John says, smash the like. Rob is awesome. So is his community. Absolutely, Beebs. My guy. Scam. Hello, Rob and Crypto Future Millionaires. Back from vacation with the family. Many more wonderful vacations to come. Can I get an amen to that, brother? Ty, good to see you, buddy. Good to see you. Beebs over on Crypto Blueprint as well. Thank you for being thoughtful, my friend. I appreciate it. Paul, good to see you, buddy. Good to see you. Spuds in the house. What's up, everyone? Hope everyone's doing well. Kiz is in the house. What's going on, my dude? Yo, yo, yo. What's good, fam? E. Perez. J Money, we got our first Pokemon of the day. What's going on, brother? Kizza says it's all good. You reckon it's truly close to altcoin season or just another dump in a few weeks, but whilst making higher highs? Well, I mean, we are going to have another correction in a few weeks. I talked about this over on the Patreon last night. I spoke about how I think I talked about in the live stream yesterday afternoon here on YouTube as well. I think we're going to see the next leg up for Ethereum and the altcoins, and then obviously there will be a bit of a correction after that next leg up to build up a higher level of support. But that's how the melt up phase works, right? You melt up, you build up a new level of consolidation, a new level of support, and then you make your way up again. That's what's going to happen until things go full send parabolic. I would like to see the altcoins start to melt their way upwards for a couple of weeks before we go parabolic, because the higher the level we start our parabolic phase from, obviously the higher our altcoins are going to eventually go, right? So, but everything looks like it's full send, brother. Guys, make sure you're hitting the like and subscribe to the channel. It's absolutely free, helps the channel grow, guys. It doesn't cost you nothing, so you know it'd be greatly appreciated if you go ahead and do that for me real quick. Go ahead and get it done, guys. Go ahead and get that done. Just so you guys know as well, I thought about it, and I'm going to try something starting next week, okay? So as you guys know, I'm trying to free up my evenings so I have some time to myself. So I'm trying to do my content in the earlier parts. I want to be finished my content creation for the day sometime around 6, 7, 8 p.m. I want to be done, right? 15 hours a day at this computer is enough for me. So what I'm going to try doing next week, just so you guys know, we're gonna do a new live stream first thing in the morning, right? So probably like 9:30, 10 a.m. Central. I'm just going to get up. I'm going to get my coffee, my tea, whatever. I'm going to sit down at this computer before I even know what's going on, and we are going to go through the news together starting Monday morning. So hopefully you guys are here for that. We're going to test it out for a few days. We're going to see if people show up to it. If it's successful, if people are there, then we will do it. And it's not going to change our 1 p.m. live stream. We're still going to do our 1 p.m. live stream, but we're going to do 2. We'll try that morning one, and we'll see what happens, right? So hopefully you guys are there for it. Wolf Bane, what's going on, buddy? Good to see you, my dude. Good to see you. Stefan, the higher ETH goes, the better the alts pump. Let's go ETH. Absolutely. Paul, what's good, man? Patience is the key. We are so close. Yes. Kizza, I'm not against the melt up stage. I have seen it happening. My theory is there's too many coins that dumb people that don't hold the right ones will draw liquidity from. I don't know. I think that's an urban legend almost in crypto, right? People say that all the time, but you know what? There's a lot of factors that come into play from the last cycle as well. Like there was a lot of liquidity that was in, for example, NFTs, right? There was a crap load of liquidity that was not in crypto, but was in NFTs in the last cycle. And more NFTs were dropping last cycle, like meme coins dropped this cycle, right? Like everyone, every day, there was like thousands and hundreds and millions of NFTs dropping, right? And everyone was trying to get, so all this liquidity was pouring into NFTs like crazy and stuff like that, right? And guess what? Crypto still went parabolic. Crypto still went nuts. People are saying, that it's not because there's so many meme coins and altcoins and stuff like that. I say erroneous, I say, right? I think the same thing will happen. Crypto's still going to go nuts. It doesn't matter, right? And here's another factor people don't take into consideration when they say, well, there's millions of coins now. Yeah, I would say probably 75% of them are dead coins, right? Most of them are meme coins that rug pulled or died, right? So they exist. Yes, they exist, but money's not going to flow through them, right? So take that into consideration too. The fact that they exist doesn't mean people are going to buy them. A lot of the meme coins that were created, millions of them over the last couple of years, they're all dead, right? So they're not going to drain liquidity, in my opinion. Blah. Good to see you. Good to see you, Richie Rich, my guy. 15K Ethereum would be nice for alts. Hell yeah, it would. Looking forward to this news. Let's go. CK Future. I am edited on by the dips on Nadix. I've passed my goal of 4 million coins. Yes, it is a good thing, my friend. Is the Decent ZBEC airdrop set amount? Yeah, but if you didn't already get in on that, then you missed it, right? That ended on the 5th. They're doing the airdrop on the 20th. So if you didn't buy your Decent wallet before the 5th, which I said like a billion times, then you missed the airdrop, right? Shannon, what's going on? Good to see you. Good to see you. Johnny, my guy, the first channel member in the history of this channel, my friends. The OG Johnny himself in the house, wheezing in the house. Second Pokemon of the day. Johnny, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you, my friend. Good to see you, man. Thanks for sticking with me through these years, my friend. Ari's in the house. What's going on? Yo, Mars. CK, addicted. Oh, addicted. There you go. Motives. Alt season is just around the corner. The count just liked and more eyes over here. Pump the markets. Let's go. Hopefully, Orange Man doesn't do anything dumb now. Yeah. Hey, amen to that. Amen to that. He very simply could drop a, into the markets and dump everything in a moment's notice. Bland boss, do you think we see 20 to 30% correction on ZBEC now? Why would we see a 20 to 30% correction on ZBEC now? I don't understand why we would see that. No, I don't. Charmander, what's going on, buddy? Third Pokemon of the day in the house. Ray, what's up, buddy? Caught you live. There you go, man. There you go. Good to see you, buddy. Good to see you. KD Motivation Daily. What's going on? It says hit the likes. Crypto, please. Most of these alts are back down to where they were months back, so hopefully we get plenty of upside before the correction. Should we be worried that Jasmine isn't even at 1 cent? Why would you be worried about that? Not in my opinion. No, not in the least bit. Can't wait. It's like Eminem had said, look, if you had one shot, one opportunity to seize everything you ever wanted, hell yeah, join the 10% club today. Exactly. That boy Ned, 10 a.m. would be awesome. So Otaku's live will end at 30 minutes into your start. There you go. Oh, that's right. Otaku does a live stream in the morning. Usually he's already live when I get up. Ben, good morning, fam. Thanks for all you do, Rob. Hey, no problem, no problem. Hey, Rob, can you do Jasmine TA? Do we hit 5 cents by the end of August? No, we do not hit 5 cents by the end of August, I don't think. 3.5. Let's get back to 3.5 to 4 cents first. Strawberry Dragon, what's up? I'm liking the early routine idea. Thanks for all you do for the community. God bless. Thank you. Toby, hey Rob. Now that Ethereum's dancing, it's way up. Are you having a change on your exit? I don't discuss my exit price points on YouTube. Ask me on the Patreon. Ditto's in the house. 4th Pokemon of the day. We got to catch them all, baby. Let's go. Smash the like button, says Andrew. Yes, Cookie is an ERC20 token, so hopefully it gets up a decent amount. Thanks for the Ethereum. Ethereum going up. Cookie is up. What's Cookie doing today? Where the hell's Cookie? Oh, it's up almost 3% right now on the day. That's not bad. 3% on the day, 19.5% on the week. Not too bad. Not too bad. Hey Rob, sup, my brother. What do you think the future of XCN, and have you looked into Bio Protocol? I have looked into Bio Protocol. I think I was looking at it last night on the Patreon live stream. XCN going to be. I could see XCN getting back to its all-time high, to be honest with you. Milk Money says, hit the likes, not the nuts. Absolutely. Happy Saturday. Let's get this party started. Strawberry Dragon sitting on my hands, staying patient, and Moonwell has me smiling today. Yes, Moonwell up 9.5%. You love to see it. What do we got, guys? 292 people watching. We have 67 likes. Guys, smash the like button. Let's hit the first milestone of the stream. Let's get to 100 likes. We got it. We can do it. You can do it. Put your back into it, just like Ice Cube likes to say, right? Let's get into some of the news since we are all caught up in the chat, my friends. Okay, so, well, let's have a look at the Ethereum chart first. Look at that, guys. We're trying to break in even higher. We're trying to break even higher here. We're just a hair away from the local high. $10 away from the local high. How high can Ethereum close today? And are we going to continue with another massive green candle if we close this one here? Are we going to continue up to around $4,500? I think the next stop for Ethereum, in my opinion, is about $4,500. You know what? Let's put a box there, because that is where I think we're going next, right here, right inside this box. That's where I think Ethereum's going. Let's see if we reach there, guys. Let's see if we reach there. Andy, my dude, good to see you, brother. Great open mic last night. Drop in again if you're free. Absolutely, brother. Thank you for your Milk Money says, thank you for the open mic. Good to have you hang out for a while. Hey, absolutely. Yeah, I thought I'd surprise you guys and pop in for a little bit. It was a good time. It was a good time. Played some jams, played some guitar, had some laughs. All right, let's get into some of the news, guys. Let's get into some of the news. All right. What do we have here? Quick shout out to the channel sponsor, Decent Biometric Wallet. Guys, use my link down in the description. You're going to get yourself a great deal. They got a 2-for-1 deal on the biometric wallet right now, guys. Get it while the getting's good. Get it while the getting's good. Let's look across the bubbles, see what's going on out there today. Arrow was looking good last night. Glad I grabbed some months ago. There you go. Yeah, Clearpool is pamping 40.7%. It's funny because just on Thursday, if you were over on the Patreon, you would have been able to watch the exclusive live streams we do there on Thursdays with Rule Black, myself, and Maximus Crypto, and we were talking all about Clearpool. And sure enough, just a couple of days later, Clearpool is up 40.7%. So, just one more reason you need to be over on the Patreon, my friends. You're missing out on these opportunities. I also pulled 37 grand profit out of XPR a couple days ago as well over on the Patreon on that trade. Guys, what the hell are you doing? The Patreon is less than the price of a cup of coffee a day, right? And you're missing out on all of this opportunity to make money, to save yourself a cup of coffee. Does that make sense? What else is going on? Moonwell up almost 10%. Miria pumping 5.3. SEI, Forta, Mobile. Nadix is up. Looking good, guys. Looking good across the board. Let's go to a little bit of a broader look. Velodrome, Aerodrome up. AIOZ, Toshi's looking good. Chainlink, Telcoin, Turbo, Dogecoin, Superverse, Arbitrum, Optimism, Virtuals, all looking fantastic. Let's go even broader. Pi, XTZ, Ethereum, Athena, looking super fantastic, right? Pendle, look at Hype is up, man. KuCoin tokens up, everything's up, man. Looking fantastic. If we go broader to the weekly, look at the green. Man, if you ain't got it by now, you just ain't getting it, my friends. Rob, if you're right on your calls, most of us on the Patreon will be millionaires within the next 2 to 3 months. How amazing would that be? That would be fantastic. I mean, we've already helped 44 people now hit 7-figure portfolios over there. We're going to keep it going, baby. BTC top 133 to, ETH 5,500, ZBEC $1. Man, ZBEC $1. Could you imagine? Oh, that would be insane, bro. That would be insane. Okay, so I don't know about some coins are bigger winners than others. All right, let's see. What do we have? Let's go look at the M2. So again, guys, we got to break above this trend line on the M2. Otherwise, this is going to be the top right here for Bitcoin, right? So something to pay attention to, guys. Is a TA on Jasmine possible for a big like? I'm not really doing too much TA at the moment. I'll do a little bit later maybe in the stream, but the thing is, yesterday what happened was all of a sudden everyone started requesting TA on altcoins. No one was sending super chats in their requests, and I ended up spending 48 minutes of the hour live stream doing TA on altcoins, right? So I will do some a little bit later, but we got to get into some of the news first. So let's talk about it here. So yeah, the M2, we got to break this downward trend line if we want to see a higher high. Do you still think we get a 2x on our alts by the end of the month, Jasmine SEI? Yeah, I think we're going to start really going here. If you have a look over at the M2 and Bitcoin, right, alts are starting to melt up. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. Right? Altcoins are melting upwards. Have a look at the altcoins. Over the last week, they're all up double digits. All right, so Bitcoin dominance. Go time. What's up, buddy? Good to see you, man. Let me just hide the M2. Look at that. Look at that breakdown on Bitcoin dominance, guys. Straight down. Dropped through support like a hot knife through butter. What did I tell you guys yesterday? If you don't believe me, go back and check it out for yourselves. I said Bitcoin dominance was most likely going to collapse down. Once it got below this level, it was going to hit around 58.5% before finding some little bit of a level of support way down here. So we're close, guys. We're close. Look at that plummet, though. Perfect breakdown of the bear flag, just like I called. And if we go over to the total 2, same thing, guys. Look at that nice clean breakout to the upside of the bull flag, past resistance, and we are flying on the total 2, the altcoin market cap. I told you guys this was coming for like 2 weeks, and here we are, right? This is another reason, guys, why you want to be over on the Patreon, because you're going to be aware of this stuff. You're going to be ready for it. Cody, my dude, says, join the Patreon. We have so much fun over there. Our community is great. Boost your crypto game and have fun. Amen to that, brother. Amen to that. I agree. What else do we have here? They are up over the last week, but they're still down. Yeah, I mean, if you want to be pessimistic, then yeah, absolutely, right? But, I mean, we don't do that here. So, Lord of the Realm, what's going on, buddy? TA, where we're going, we don't need no stinking TA. Let's get this party started. Jared, nothing like finally seeing that dominance come down at Ethereum breaking out super jacked and stacked and fanny packed. Absolutely. Bags are packed, ready to rip. Thoughts on Plume? I love Plume. I dropped Plume over on the Patreon about 3 months ago as a gem. So, yeah, we're big on Plume. You could have got in on it a long time ago over there, man. All right, let's keep it going. Let's keep this ball rolling. What the hell, man? Okay. Let's get into the Tom Lee piece first here. Random says, am I doing something wrong if I'm still down on Jasmine? I've been DCAing for months. Thanks, Rob. No, you're not. Just being, it's a waiting game, right? Johnny says, how do you make your chart look like a new rainbow color? That's so cool. Neon rainbow color? What do you mean? What chart was a neon rainbow color? Oh, yeah, you just changed the color of your lines. That's all. Yeah. That's good to hear. Just wanted to make sure I wasn't being dumb. No, you're fine, man. Who's Tom Lee? We talk about Tom Lee all the time, man. We covered Tom Lee. Tom Lee started the BitMine. He's the CEO of a company called BitMine, which is becoming the MicroStrategy of Ethereum, right? So Tom Lee is a very important person that you need to be paying attention to. His calls in the crypto market have been scary accurate as well. Doug, what's going on, buddy? Let's go. AF, happy Saturday, brother Rob and crypto community. All right, so Tom Lee predicts price surge to $15,000 on Ethereum. Tom Lee, chairman of BitMine, predicts Ethereum could reach $15,000 fueled by institutional adoption, discussed on CoinDesk and YouTube. This projection highlights Ethereum's potential market impact as institutional investment grows, possibly driving significant price increase and influencing broader cryptocurrency markets. Tom Lee, co-founder of Fundstrat, forecasts that Ethereum could reach $15,000 by the end of the year, citing institutional adoption and tokenization of significant drivers. Lee, also chairman of BitMine, highlights the growing connection between Ethereum and financial sectors. This could signal substantial market shifts. The increasing institutional acceptance of Ethereum has immediate effects, notably boosting the market value. Ethereum's integration into finance is expected to reshape market dynamics. Financial impacts are anticipated as Ethereum's growing role spurs network adoption. This transformation is closely tied to Ethereum's value proposition. Lee's predictions are supported by historical precedents, seeing Ethereum mimic Bitcoin's prior rallies. Key financial and technological elements are in play. The long-term outlook suggests potential regulatory adjustments impacting Ethereum's growth. He has changed my mind on Ethereum in a few different ways, and I did do an exclusive video on the Patreon as well, breaking that down and what my plans are for Ethereum moving forward. Kizza, coffee in Canada is very expensive. I can get 5 cups of coffee in the UK, but wouldn't trade Patreon for anything. That small amount of money doesn't even come close to gains I've made. There you go. Exactly. Exactly, brother. Kevin, carrying the weight of the team today with his second super chat of the day. He says, I have told at least 10 of my clients in the past 2 weeks if they want to make money, they must join the Patreon now. Kevin, I appreciate you, brother. And you're absolutely right, man. Thank you for the support. Thanks for being here. Thanks for getting my back, man. I appreciate you, brother. I appreciate you to the moon. So, yes, Tom Lee has changed my mind on Ethereum significantly over the last little while. Johnny says, I mean, up and down lines, body changes color green gradually as it moves. like a spectrum thing, not just one color. How do you do that? Let me understand. I'm trying to understand what it is you're. Hang on a second. Let me pull up my. I assume you're talking about my my trading view, right? Um, the up and down line. Oh, this? You're talking about the actual, like the purple and blue. Like, how do I do that? Oh, that's easy. Just go right here at the top. Right, you've got right beside your time frames and between indicators. You've got that. You go down to the line, so I could switch it to candles if I wanted to, but I like to keep it on lines. So you just put it on lines, brother. That's it. That's all you got to do, my guy. All right. What else do we have? Go Time says, if you're not on the Patreon, mind blown. Yes, I see that teal going to purple. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Kevin, can you drop a link to your X page? I could not find it. I don't want to follow the wrong person. Yeah, it's actually in the description. You in TradingView? Okay, I use DexScreen. Yeah, it's in TradingView. I prefer TradingView. Jared dropping some cheddar. My DCA into the Patreon crypto future for the day. Plenty of profit to go around. There you go. Cody says, smash that like. Lion says, hey, Rob, it was a pleasure talking with you about my exit strategy last night. Everybody, I highly recommend everyone sign up for the private one-on-one coaching calls tier. It's worth it. A cup of coffee a day. Absolutely, brother. Absolutely. 100%, man. The link is in the chat. It's in the pinned comments, guys. It's in the description. Get in where you fit in. Ethereum surpassed $4,000 amidst market activity. Raph, what's up, man? Don't forget to hit that small bell. Yes, exactly. Sorry, I'm still calling it Twitter. Hey, no problem, brother. I do too. Ethereum's value surged past $4,000, peaking at $4,012 within the last 24 hours. It's actually at $4,223 right now. This surge indicates a shift in market dynamics, highlighting Ethereum's growing demand and liquidity as investors rotate capital amid heightened volatility and shifting positions from Solana. Ethereum surged past $4,000 in the last 24 hours. The event was driven by significant market activity, including large Ethereum transfers from Binance to Wintermute. Binance, the largest crypto exchange, transferred tens of thousands of Ethereum to Wintermute, a major liquidity provider. The absence of direct statements by prominent leaders leaves speculation among observers about the potential market strategy. Immediate effects include 105 million in Ethereum short positions being liquidated, reflecting aggressive upward price pressure. Market reactions indicate increased interest in Ethereum with high trading volumes. The impact on financial markets includes heightened ETF-driven demand and a shift in capital from Solana to Ethereum. Ethereum's futures open interest hit a record high, highlighting growing institutional interest. The volatility in Ethereum's price could influence broader market dynamics. Ethereum's rise has resulted in changes to BTC dominance, with capital shifting to altcoins. Potential financial outcomes include continued market volatility driven by liquidity shifts and institutional interest in speculative strategies. The historical trends of large Ethereum transfers foreshadows short-term market fluctuations. Absolutely fantastic. Hey, Rob, what do you think about the meme Zeus? I've never heard of it, brother. I have never heard of it. I'll pull it up real quick. Zeus Network? There's a whole bunch of Zeuses. Zeus. $1.6 million market cap. I mean, should probably do well. It needs it's got some listings. It needs a few more, but yeah. I mean, it's the kind of play, extremely high risk, high reward, right? I probably wouldn't dump too much money into it, to be honest with you. D-Jar, what's up, man? Patreon member here. Let's get this. What's your prediction for Mamo? Better not be a meme coin. I'm messing with you. My prediction for Mamo. $64 million market. It's got good tokenomics. Small market cap, AI play. All-time high 22 cents. It's on Coinbase. I assume it's on crypto.com. No, it's not. It's not on crypto.com. It's not on KuCoin. Yeah, I think it will do well. A couple more listings. I think Mamo could you could probably hit close to $1 billion market cap. Probably hit around $1 billion market cap. If you need to control your emotions, join the Patreon, guys. Absolutely. What's up, Rob? Hope you're doing well, man. I appreciate everything you do. I don't know how people like to spend in stupid stuff, but they hesitate to spend something that can change their life. Yeah, I agree, man. I agree. You know, the stuff people spend money on, like it costs the price of a cup of coffee a day to get educated and get the help that you need to make life-changing wealth is too much, but you'll go spend money on McDonald's or something, right? So yeah. All right, let's keep it going here, guys. What else do we got going on in the news today? We got some from Squawk Box as usual. All right, so firing the BLS chief was a petulant move, says former CEA chair.
Out of the economy and actually the accuracy of government data. Joining us now, Greg Mankiw. He served as Council of Economic Advisors as the chair under George W. Bush, the second Bush. And it's good to see you. We used to be on quite a bit, Greg. It's been a while. Thanks for joining us.
Nice to be with you, Joe.
So we're talking to Sam Altman about the state of AI in GPT-5, and we now know that to get the most important economic numbers for the Fed to base all its policy on, and for us to get a gauge of the U.S. economy, we send out stuff that we hope someone might answer at some point, but maybe they really won't, and they might send it back through snail mail, or maybe they don't, and we'll get some idea by the first Friday of the month about what it could be, but by the month later, it could be hundreds of thousands different, and by 2 months later, you might finally have something that might be in the ballpark. Is that any way to run a railroad?
Well, yeah, the data systems are antiquated. I think firing the head of the BLS was not a smart move. It seems like a petulant move, but I think complaining about the nature of the data may make some sense, and maybe, especially in this modern age where we can collect data from different sources and much faster than we could in the past. I think thinking how to modernize that was an important task ahead. To do that, though, probably would require increasing the funding of these statistical agencies, and they've been doing the opposite. They've been actually cutting the funding of these agencies over time. So they're having trouble even doing what they used to do as well as they used to do it. But I think looking ahead, increasing their funding for at least a while so they can modernize these systems does make some sense.
So it would, with the funding they have now, they have been unable to modernize the system?
Well, they're doing what they one of the jobs is to create consistent data over time. And a lot of this data goes back to the post-World War II era. So when you modernize, you really want to do it very carefully because you want the new data to be broadly consistent with the old data. Otherwise, you're not going to really know how to interpret it. So I think that's a tricky task, but that doesn't mean it can't be done. There are people out there trying to come up with better measures. I have a colleague at Harvard Business School who has something called the Billion Prices Project that's following prices on the internet to track inflation even before the CPI sees it. So there's things out there. The ADP data, for example, that has not been incorporated into the employment data. So I think there's things to do, but it has to be done very carefully. And having a commission that sort of studies this, I think it makes sense. But that would cost money to do that.
You know, some other former commissioners came to the defense of the commissioner that it was fired, but then we heard from, for example, former Labor Secretary Elaine Chao, who said, you know, the commissioner oversees what's going on, but doesn't really get involved in the minutia of the data. So any type of rigging or political aspirations that wouldn't really be possible. So that's why I don't, in your op-ed, I don't see whether what you're saying really holds true, that now we got to worry about, you know, whether the data is objective or whether it's been politicized. If no BLS commissioner can really do it anyway, why not say, look, you didn't do the job in terms of modernizing this. You didn't take the steps necessary to bring us out of this antiquated system. So you got to go. We'll get someone else in who also can't politicize it, but who at least might look at the problem and try and solve it. I don't know. I don't think it was rigged, but when we had the president, I said you had every right to fire someone for incompetence, because the Fed has a big enough problem right now. They can't even, if they had current data, perfectly accurate current data, they still don't know what to do, whether to hike or to lower, and it's important.
Well, I believe the president has the right to fire the person, but the question is whether it was a wise thing to do or a petulant thing to do. He came out and said the data was rigged. That is completely wrong. I think even the former BLS commissioner that he had appointed said that was ridiculous.
No, I know.
And if he starts firing people every time he gets a piece of data he doesn't like, every time there's a revision he doesn't like, that's a very dangerous way to run a statistical agency. That's going to provide all the wrong set of incentives for the people running this. If they know that their job is at stake just because when they add up the numbers, it doesn't turn out the way the president wants. So that was.
Or if they don't give accurate information based on political bias, there's consequences to those actions, right? There's a flip side to that coin.
In my view,
it was the biggest revision. It's the biggest revision in 50 years. 2-month revision.
Well, in a time of very high uncertainty, you'd expect bigger revisions. And we live in a time of very high uncertainty, in part because of the president's policies. I mean, these tariffs, sometimes going on, sometimes going off, changing day to day, nobody really knowing where he's going. That creates a lot of uncertainty. And a lot of uncertainty is going to mean that data is going to be revised more. Now, there's always a trade-off between getting data that's timely and getting data that's accurate. Could wait longer, but then the data wouldn't be as timely.
You're going to rank the current. You go back 50 years. It's the most uncertain that we've ever been about things. That just because of the awful tariffs that obviously you don't like, but I don't. It's not the worst, most uncertainty we've seen. It's always uncertain, Andrew.
Well, the world is always uncertain. That's for sure. But sometimes there's more uncertainty than others, and sometimes the uncertainty is unnecessary. That's a lot of the uncertainty we're facing right now is.
Well, we don't know if it's unnecessary, if it shifts global trade to where it the hollowed out center of this country gets fixed and some positive things happen. You don't know the outcome.
I love that he's calling BS on.
Go ahead.
Well, so, Greg, I have a slightly different question, which is, to the extent that you believe the credibility of these numbers in the future is going to be in question, how would you try to get the credibility of those numbers back? Which is to say, is that just about appointing certain people? Is that about transparency around the process? Is that around those numbers matching what other private sector data providers are creating? How, to the extent that there are going to be people today who are going to say, look, China comes out with numbers every month, and every month people look at those numbers and they say, well, we're going to discount that, and we actually need to go look at these other numbers because we're not sure who's really telling the truth. To the extent that that wasn't happening in the United States, if you don't think that was, so people were always comparing some of these numbers against each other anyway, what would you do?
Well, first thing, I'd stop blaming people who don't deserve to be blamed. I think that undermines their integrity, their credibility, in a way that's not helpful for the process. There's no evidence, none, that any of these numbers were rigged in any.
There's no evidence that they weren't rigged either.
Anyway, and suggesting they are is a huge step in the wrong direction. Secondly, what I would do is maybe create a commission to study the organization of statistical agencies, get some people who are collecting data in the private sector, trying to figure out if we can combine some of the private sector data with these public surveys in a way to create more accurate estimates. I mean, you've seen revisions over time. So, for example, the poverty rate is an imperfect measure, and the people who've created the poverty rate over census have created alternative poverty measures that they hope corrects some of the problems in the official poverty rate. And similarly, you can imagine the BLS doing something similar. But that's going to take more resources. That's going to take more staff. And unfortunately, that's not what's happening in the budget. Both this administration and some previous administrations have been trying to squeeze the statistical agencies in a way that's not healthy, because they're basically squeezing lots of parts of government because they basically don't believe in a lot of what government does.
Yeah, probably right about the commission, but those are like the 10 worst words in the English language. We're going to create a commission, and then we're.
Well, is there a way to do it? I was going to ask him actually if there was a way to do it, Greg, in the private sector. Maybe you don't believe those numbers either.
Well, he said maybe some type of a hybrid or combination of.
Yeah, I think that's right. I mean, the academic studies too of this. I mean, one of the puzzles out there is that the ADP data and the official BLS data don't track nearly as close as you might expect them to, and that I think is a puzzle.
They converge. It seems. Leisman has pointed out they've converged in the last. Like they were way off, and then they both came to the same number over the past.
Yeah, and so the question is, in real time, how do we weight these different things? I think that's an interesting question that we don't, as a economist, really have a good answer to quite yet.
It's not often you see on these news broadcasts one of the anchors calling BS and challenging the person they're talking to, the person they're interviewing. That was funny. That was very, very funny. Bitcoin nears all-time high amid regulatory and institutional momentum. Volks, what's up, buddy? Good to see you, man. Bitcoin is now just 5% shy of its all-time high. It was trading at 118.8. It's now back down to 116.7. Driven by regulatory moves and institutional investments pushing its momentum upwards. The potential new all-time high signals strong institutional interest, boosted by Bitcoin's ETF and regulatory frameworks, impacting other cryptocurrencies and market dynamics. Bitcoin is currently trading approximately 5% below its all-time high. The surge is propelled by regulatory actions and institutional interest, sparking positive market momentum. Jake the Snake, I'm late, but here's a Zebek that went to it. The current Bitcoin rally sees prices nearing all-time highs, supported by strong institutional investments and regulatory developments, including Trump's executive order related to crypto institutional inflows and ETF adoption, play a significant role. Driving influence, including prominent figures like Plan B quant analyst, stock to flow model creator. He mentions, quote, Bitcoin closed July at $115,000. That's up $8,000 from $107 last month. And again, that's a new all-time high, as expected. I think we have clear skies ahead, but as always, all models are wrong. Some are useful. This is certainly not financial advice. Do your own research. Thomas, good to see you, buddy. Good to see you. The U.S. approval of the Bitcoin ETFs in 2024 accelerated institutional engagement, contributing to Bitcoin's price trajectory. The market experiences bullish momentum, with Bitcoin leading the charge. Increased institutional activity and optimism around regulations are boosting market confidence. Ethereum and altcoins are following, though more conservatively. Financial markets benefit from enhanced institutional liquidity and legitimacy of crypto products. The executive order on digital assets paves the way for clearer regulations, encouraging more investment into the sector. The recent upward trends are reminiscent of previous ETF approvals that spiked Bitcoin price in 2021. Historical indicators suggest continued bullish performance, aligning with stock-to-flow expectations. Experts predict potential all-time highs if current patterns persist, propelled by regulatory clarity and institutional confidence. Long-term trends show substantial market growth tied to strategic regulation. Paul, are we expecting a red Monday? We always expect a red Monday, brother. Mondays are liars, though, right? Mondays are liars. That's what we like to say here on the channel. All right, let's go back over to Ethereum real quick before we wrap things up. Ethereum trying to break into a new local high, $4,248. My target, $4,500, guys. Can we get there? Only time will tell. Watch 20 minutes after this live stream ends, we'll probably be up around 4,500 because the stream's over, right? But absolutely. That Pulse Playa, if ETH can chill till Monday, we're going to have a big gap if we keep ripping. Absolutely, absolutely. Big Mike, supporting the channel, my dude. Keep it coming, brother. Hit the like button for my brother family. Absolutely, man. Thank you so much. Not many super chats today, so thanks for coming in with the alpha there, Big Mike. I appreciate you, brother. I appreciate you, man. The likes are down too. What are we at? We're 416 people watching, guys. We only have 117 likes. That is like a kick right in the old Franken beans. It's like you're walking up and saying, I'm going to kick you right in the sack, Rob. I'm not going to click the like button. So, absolutely. All right. So, yeah, Ethereum pushing to a new daily high, guys. I think it's going to be a fun Saturday. I think we're going to continue working our way up. Stay tuned for all the latest and greatest. I got to get over to the Patreon, guys. I got a live coaching call I got to do over there. Guys, if you want to get into our live coaching calls, they're free as a Patreon member, so jump aboard today. Don't miss out. We're hitting swing trades over there, guys. We are dropping the alpha, microcap gems. We're doing all kinds of big things. Just did a 37K profit take the day before yesterday over there, guys. You're missing out. And Clearpool, we were talking about Clearpool in an exclusive Patreon-only live stream with special guest Max and Rue on Thursday. It's up right now. Since we talked about it, 42.5%. It's up 30% on the day, guys. Brian, thank you so much as well, man. Follow Rob and you can quit your job. Yes, if you're looking at quitting your 9-to-5, guys, join the Patreon today. The link is in the chat. It's in the pinned comments. It's in the description. I got to get over to the Patreon, guys. Click like if you like this video. Click subscribe if you really liked it. I'll see you guys in the next one. God bless.